businesses. I'm being a mailman. I work a lot. So today's my day off. So I am going to go
gotcha.
hit the community up today to let them know about this. And so hopefully we can get some good response from this.
Okay.
All right, I want to recap with our YouTube and Facebook video watchers. We had something shut the entire power off, lights,
The whole
everything
house,
off,
everything,
the entire house. So I had to reboot everything. So for those of you that were not able to listen here in the last couple of minutes, we have Ron Gradis.
Carl.
Well, I'm looking at Ron. Yeah.
You're good.
Carl Gradis.
From Jacksonville Post Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mind. I've just lost
He's
my
a
mind.
letter
I'm
carrier.
hearing noises and everything.
Mailman.
So they are doing a food drive this Saturday, and they are asking for people to take out check. Are you doing mostly canned goods? Or are you doing box goods as well?
When excuse me, when it comes to box goods, we're at macaroni and cheese, things of that nature.
Okay.
But yes,
Mainly canned goods.
please.
Okay.
We want nothing in glass.
Nothing glass and nothing expired. Please do not give them expired cans.
No, put that in the trash.
Unexpired goods. This is a drive they do every year. This is, definitely an amazingly good cause. So,
and it's time now for you to purge your pantries anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not expired,
yeah,
and you save stuff for hurricane season and stuff like that, which is coming up in about 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Your pantry, find stuff that is not expired, even if it's got a short expiration date on it.
Correct.
Either give it to them or cook it.
Yeah,
your choice.
Yeah.
But if it's if it's something that you can do that, and then go to the store and buy some new stuff for you if you want to. So something that will get you through the entire season. That would be the easy way to do it. If you don't have anything in your pantry, then go to the store and buy those big containers, cartons, not the big round cans necessarily, but just buy something that you would be using and take out a few cans from each one of them and put it on the deck, on your porch, or with your mailbox or whatever. Don't put it in the mailbox.
No. Well, it can, if it's a bag, it'll go in the mailbox if you have a small quantity, but we really like to see a big quantity that we're gathering up from you.
Put a bag of stuff out there for them. They're strong people. They can handle it.
Yes, we can. And I tell you what, we have a great group from the Bryn Mawr office to the New Bridge Street office, and we are very grateful that everybody in the community that will partake in this.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yeah. If you're working on Saturday and you work in a business and you know that your carrier comes by at a certain time, which I know, and it comes by at a certain time, take a bag of stuff and put it in the outgoing mail slot, whatever. They'll pick it up. They'll take it with them at the same time. Good morning, Lee. How are you?
Good morning. I'm just so sorry I couldn't be there with Paul today. This food drive is so important, and I've worked it many of a year when I was at the Postal Service, and just watching the trucks bring in loads and loads of bags and boxes of food, it's just so heartwarming.
Yeah. And it helps the CHEW program like you cannot imagine. So
yes, it does. Everything that's collected in Onslow County goes to Onslow County Needs and our children here. So I just urge everybody to. I cleaned out my cupboards last week, and I was going to bring in a box of food for the program today, but of course I couldn't come in because I'm in quarantine. But which is the right thing to do, of course. But I just urge everybody, please, go to your cabinets. I had a lot of cans that, I stock up every year for hurricane season. And I went ahead and cleaned everything out. So it doesn't take but just a few minutes to clean out your pantry and, collect all those things that you won't be using for a while and give.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and I just want you to know the internet was widespread because it went out at my house too.
Oh, it wasn't the internet here. It was the power and everything went out. We lost lights and everything.
Wow.
Everything went off
here. Because my internet went out and I was like, no, not now.
Well, the radio station did not go off the air.
Coming in.
Yes. Thank you, Lee, for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. We'll see you.
Best of luck. If you need any volunteers, let me know.
I will. Thank you very much for that.
We will see you on Monday.
Yes, I'll be
there. Sounds good. Thank you, Lee.
Bye.
Bye.
Is there an amount of, like, for example, so I live in the Commons, so I have a mailbox
Okay.
at the end of my driveway, basically. Can I only fit my amount in the mailbox, or what can I set up beside my mailbox?
Oh, you said right by it. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay.
Most definitely. And if you're in an apartment and you have cluster
Mhm.
boxes, just put it right there.
Okay.
We know what to look for.
Perfect.
Foods.
Okay.
Bingo.
Yeah. That's
Real
good.
simple.
Yeah.
Real simple. Again, this is just going to help out these children.
No fresh vegetables. They're,
No.
they're not looking for that.
No, we're not. They're not trying to do all
Nothing-
that. They just
yeah.
want canned
They
goods
want canned
Yeah.
goods.
or
Yeah.
box like macaroni and cheese.
Please.
Macaroni and cheese is a big seller.
It is. It
Kids
is.
love mac and cheese, though. I
And it
mean, they're all
doesn't-
about it.
I don't know
It doesn't
why,
cost
but-
that much. So again, it'll make you feel great to
It
go out
will.
there and
Yes.
just helping out these families that
Mhm.
need it the most. So and there's a lot in this community that really do need
Although,
it.
yeah, absolutely. You say 900?
Right now, they're feeding roughly 900 families a week.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay, so that canned foods, they go through a lot of it per
Yeah.
week, and of course they have to go through and, as I said, get rid of the expired. So you think they got a lot, but then all of a sudden they have to wing out the bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, they do a great job of it, and thanks to the postal workers and the postal service in general, because
Thank
this is
you.
a nationwide project.
Most
Mhm.
definitely. We really look forward to helping every community in the United States. And this is something we do daily. So this is just a little bit giving back.
All the stuff that's collected here in Onslow County stays in Onslow County. The stuff
Correct.
that's collected in our other surrounding counties, that we hope you will do the same thing.
And it stays in their counties.
Carteret,
Yeah.
Craven, Pender, Jones. It will stay in your county.
Yeah.
It's not like it's going to be
Yeah, they're
moved
not,
around.
yeah, they're not shipping it all over the United States. So
No.
that's good. You're helping the people in your community. And I think this is an excellent drive. They do it every year. I
Mhm.
participated last year. I'm, like I said, I meant to bring my stuff today, sitting on the counter. So I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it together. Yeah.
Well, you just put it on your mailbox,
Mhm.
hang it on the door or something.
I'll put it by my mail. I have quite a bit of stuff, so I'll put it there.
Okay.
I'm sure my mail guy will know what it is.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about it. So anyway,
Yeah. Perfect.
any other tips or anything you can offer folks?
No, not that I can think of. But I just want to say thank you to them again, for going out there today, buying this food and
Mhm.
bringing it to us. Okay. I hope I see you run into you at the grocery store today as I'm out there advertising it.
Well, if you're out there Saturday or Friday, you'll see me. If I don't have enough in the, I probably got plenty in my locker
do,
here. 'Cause
yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
help you shop.
I do lots of that stuff.
Yeah.
And we know which store I go to. I got to
Mhm.
get some gas anyway.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah. So that's a good thing.
Well, thank you
All right.
guys.
Well, no, thank you. And everyone, get your canned goods out, get them ready for Saturday for the letter carriers. Oh, wait, who's
There.
on the front? That's the kids from the cartoon. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, this is
Oh,
what
that's
I'm going to go put more out in the community today. So
I love it. Is it always the second Saturday in May? every year?
always,
Okay,
always,
Good to know.
yes. Unfortunately, again, we were limited to our cards this year,
Mhm.
so I'm hoping a lot of people just remember this.
I will,
Well, I'm
if
gonna remember
that's
it
an
for
extra
next
one,
year,
I'll be
yeah.
happy to put it up at Time Line Marine about 10 o'clock when I get there today.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sec-
Second
leave that with
Saturday in
me.
May,
There you go.
every year. That's good to
Every
know.
year.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
All right.
then we'll have you back next year to remind us again.
I'll be here.
Yep.
Absolutely. Carl, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Let's take a break here live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WDSMA. During the break, I'm going to tighten up the camera because they went extremely wide angle last time too. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call 910-328-3172.
When Ronnie Watson and Steve Matthews first came to Emerald Isle, they came by ferry or private boat because there was no bridge. As the area grew, Ronnie Watson became mayor. And since that beginning, the Emerald Isle and Atlantic Beach area has continued to grow and is one of the top family beaches on the East Coast. In 1978, Ronnie and Steve formed Watson Matthews Real Estate and joined the residential development of Emerald Isle. They were the developers of several residential subdivisions, including Land's End, Emerald Plantation, and played a part in the development of Emerald Landing, Royal Oaks, Stoppin Ridge, and several others. Ronnie and Steve realized that the spectacular growth would not have been possible without the community, military families, and neighbors. Watson Matthews Real Estate takes this opportunity to ask you to join them in remembering all those that have served and those that are serving today. This Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th. Watson Matthews Real Estate, serving Emerald Isle and the Atlantic Beach area since 1978. Phone 252-354-2872. Online at watsonmatthews.com. The spring has arrived, which means that concrete project on your to-do list is here. Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulahville takes this time to thank those that serve us for our most prized possession, our freedom. When it comes to concrete, nobody does it harder or quicker. Masters Concrete Incorporated, 3661 East Highway 24 in Beulahville. Whether you need concrete for residential, commercial, or agricultural projects, Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated serves all of eastern North Carolina. From driveways, patios, to livestock housing, concrete for outdoor kitchens. Mixed Masters has the concrete, and owner Scott Thigpen will gladly provide a free estimate. For on-site delivery, phone 910-298-6153. And they deliver on Saturdays. Nobody does concrete harder or quicker than Mixed Masters Concrete Incorporated of Beulahville. When you need ready-mix concrete quick, call Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulahville, 910-298-6153. Proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Duplin, Onslow, Jones, and surrounding counties.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back, and I got the cameras mostly readjusted. We got what?
We got lights.
We got
We have
lights.
sound. We have Facebook and YouTube back up.
So we got both of them going.
yeah.
Hallelujah. Little power bump of about a second and a half is all
And
it
it
was.
knocked our lights out, knocked everything. I mean, we were in the dark. It was just a mess in here. It took me
Yeah.
forever to get the Facebook and the YouTube back up. The camera, I had to unplug it and hit it again, and it's working now. So
Yeah. Every
that fan thing in there making a weird
yeah.
noise. It was all kinds of
it's
stuff.
back operating now.
Shockwave didn't like it.
Future,
Mhm.
once it's all connected and once we get the thing all wired up, the generator's in place.
Yes.
So it's not going to stop what happened here, but in case it had been an extended without power, which is a possibility,
Right.
then after about 6 or 7 seconds, then we would be back on the air. We would have everything up and operating again. Our primary computer here is on a system that it's called the UPS, uninterrupted power supply. So it will stay on for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So the computer, this one would not go off.
Which
So
is a
we'd
good
be
thing. Yeah.
operational.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff would go off, but it would come back in a few seconds. So that's going to be the good thing.
Well, we know this didn't happen downtown because the radio station never was off.
No, the radio station was not off.
Yeah. So we know this was I guess this side of town thing. I don't know. Yeah, weird.
Wherever.
Wherever.
But apparently it was enough to knock out Lee's
the
internet.
but knocked our lights off and all of it.
Yeah,
Good
we had
gracious.
this.
Yeah.
So it wasn't overly serious, but it was just an
Aggravating.
interrupted situation.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to figure out what would have done that.
Good point. Yeah.
What would have done that? Normally it goes out and it's going to be out for a bit until the power company can fix it.
Hmm.
So I don't have a clue. Not a clue.
Maybe it was a test.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just another balloon flew over
That could have been.
and probably shut it down.
Wouldn't be surprised.
California's Reparations Task Force is calling on the Golden State to issue a formal apology for former Governor Ronald Reagan. Huh? They want California to issue a formal apology
For what?
for what Ronald Reagan said many years ago using the term welfare queen.
What?
And for a disproportionately low number of Black Californians working as doctors and lawyers as part of a broader effort to make amends for slavery and racism.
Okay, stop right there.
This is not something I can make up.
Let me tell you something right now, okay? You have, it is not anybody's fault other than people that don't want to go to school for those type jobs. You can't, what? Read that again.
They want California's Reparations Task Force.
Mhm.
They want California, this great state of California with its wonderful governor,
Mhm.
to apologize for former Governor Ronald Reagan, when he was governor of California, for using the term welfare queen and for a disproportionately low number of Black Californians working as doctors and lawyers.
Well, that's nobody's fault, but
What?
people that don't want to go to school to be a doctor or lawyer. You can't blame the state for that.
The task force, which was created by state legislation signed by incumbent Governor Gavin Newsom in 2020, formally approved over the weekend its final recommendations to the California legislature, which will then decide whether to implement the measures and send them to the governor's desk to be signed into law.
Right.
If this governor, if he signs this into law, I think he will not be running, or will not be reelected, because the
I
vast
mean-
majority of Californians think this is a bunch of doodah.
Well, let me ask you this. So is this reparations committee just wanting people to become doctors and lawyers simply because they're Black?
Yeah.
Is that what but that's not how that works.
Why not?
That is not how that works,
I don't
Rayford.
understand why you feel. Are you a racist?
I'm not a racist. Has nothing to do with being racist. If you want to be a doctor or lawyer, you have to go to college for that.
What? You can't
You don't
just be one
hand
because
out-
you're Black?
No.
But doggone.
And let me back up too. Welfare queen, there are plenty of white people on welfare. There are plenty of
Got
Asians
nothing
on
to-
welfare.
got nothing
this
to
isn't
do
a
with
Black
being
thing.
Black.
Who is on this committee? There is no way people actually believe this. I mean,
Who-
I know they must.
I wonder if this committee gets even expenses paid. They probably do.
Oh, I'm sure they're hauling in a salary. You can bet it. Yes.
I 20 years ago, I would have called you stupid if anybody had ever said something like this. There's no way. There's no way that anybody would ever have that kind of a feeling or react that way. But here we are
I mean,
today.
it leads me to believe that a lot of the people in California are just so out of touch with reality. And I thought it was just like movie stars and stuff, but clearly not.
No. A lot of movie stars are moving out of California.
A lot of
them have already
A lot of
left.
them with sense. Yeah.
They-
fed up.
They don't like what's happening in
No.
their state, and a lot of Californians don't like it too.
Mm-mm.
It's not just all of California. It's just like it's not all of New York for some of the ridiculous stuff that occurs in the
Correct.
Big Apple.
Yeah.
It's no, and no.
I agree.
It's totally, absolutely asinine. That's all I
There's
can
been
tell
a whole
you.
lot of just weirdness going on. Before we get into the Donald Trump nonsense,
Yeah, well,
I know we need to take a break.
Let's take a
too.
break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Our number to weigh in 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer, your host for Sports Talk. This Friday we'll be on the road again, this time at National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, where we'll be having Robert Farley as our guest co-host. Robert officiated games here in Eastern North Carolina as a refereeing legend for many years and knows the sports landscape as well as anyone. We'll be talking about Onslow County sports, spring sports roundup, softball, baseball, soccer, and track and field. And we'll be giving shout-outs to all our great athletes. They have great sports seasons here in Onslow County. That'll be Friday morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk on WSME 97.1 FM and 1120 a.m.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out, pick up a copy, or check out our latest publication online.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Of your real estate investment to the next level, will contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
Hello, shoppers, and happy Mother's Day from your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down home down the street with good things cost less over on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville and Main Street in Maysville. Half-cut boneless ribeye loin, just $9.99 a pound. How about fresh ground beef patties, $4.79 a pound. Whole Boston butt is just $1.29 a pound. Western ribs or pork steaks, just $1.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, just $4.79 a pound. And whole chickens are just $1.49 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest of certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, you get a 1 pound package of fresh strawberries for just $2.99. Whole seedless watermelons, just $4.99 each. Yellow or zucchini squash is only $1.99. Extra large, genuine by Dahlia onions, just $1.49 a pound. And ruby grape tomatoes, just $1.99 a pint. And tropical mangoes are only 99 cents each. And you get 3 6-packs of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for just $11. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down home down the street, where good things cost less. Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street in Maysville. Remember, save big with the pig.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we are back, and I think we've caught up now, so everything seems to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's a little thing you may want to make a note of. The Onslow County Sheriff's Office will be hosting the 2nd annual Junior Citizens Academy for residents ages 14 to 17. The academy will meet each Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. beginning June 15th for a period of 6 weeks, and they will graduate on July 20th. Thursday training sessions will include a tour of the jail, a drug culture awareness, DWI and drug detection, drones and law enforcement, evidence collection, that's the crime scene guys out there, the CSI guys, canine demonstration, firearms simulator video, no real guns, video immersion training. When given a controlled scenario and role players, students will respond to a scene acting as the responding deputy and determine the nature of the call, the appropriate action needed to resolve the call, and the proper procedures within the law. Interested students must complete an application for enrollment and a handwritten essay with no less than 200 words describing their personal interest in law enforcement. You can reach out to Captain Bruce Dixon at 910-989-4007. We'll post this on our website as well.
Yes.
Or Bruce Dixon at onslowcountync.gov for an application and enrollment. But we'll have this up on our Facebook page today or tomorrow, whenever.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it up there.
Well, I've got it in a
You have the
digital
thing?
form. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll be able to do that.
Perfect.
If they would just leave me alone,
Oh, you're getting all those little things again. Yeah.
restart your Microsoft this
Yeah.
and that and whatever, and
Yep.
it comes up with this little of everything.
It's very aggravating. Yes.
Yeah, more so.
hmm
Okay. You've got something there you wanted to talk about
I
before we got to the
do.
break?
Apparently, there's a new hoax going around, and it's called swatting. And the Eden Police Department, which y'all know is my hometown here in North Carolina, up in Rockingham County, put out a press release a couple hours ago of something that occurred last night at 8:24 p.m. And the press release basically says, yesterday at approximately 8:24, the Rockingham County Communications, which is our 911 center, received a call from a subject who stated he had shot his mother and stabbed his younger sister. He went on to advise his name was Alex and he was located at 710 Westwood Drive. As officers were being dispatched, the subject said he had barricaded himself inside the residence and intended to shoot police officers if they knocked on the door. Patrol officers responded to the area, secured the perimeter, and began evacuating neighbors. As the investigation evolved, they discovered the residence was unoccupied. The residents were located at an address outside the city. They were found to be safe and unaware of the incident that was unfolding at their home. However, they were actively filming a TikTok live video at the time the calls began coming in. As the investigation progressed, the Eden Police Department feels confident this was a swatting hoax. And apparently, swatting is a term used to describe the action of making hoax phone calls to report serious crimes to emergency services. People who carry out swatting prank call aim to fool emergency service into sending SWAT to respond. And in the past 2 weeks across the United States, there have been several incidents, according to the Eden Police Department. They're saying this is an active investigation as they continue to work to identify the perpetrators of the crime, and they gave the number to call. This is my issue. First of all, you now took a SWAT team away from another call. What if the people that did this don't even live at that house? And I mean, you could get people killed over this.
You could definitely get people. Can you imagine somebody calling in for like they were me? And suddenly a SWAT team shows up at my front door.
Yes. And well, my daughter just texted and said swatting is very common with older teens and young adults. Like, this is like a thing.
Idiots.
This is how people get killed. And here's the other thing. They basically communicated a threat to law enforcement by saying, if police show up, we're going to shoot them.
Yep.
I think in North Carolina, our General Assembly needs to get together, and this needs to be a felony to perpetrate this type of a call.
But here, while they're in session,
Yeah.
our legislature needs to decide that, you know what, when we put you in jail, your butt's going to stay there. When the
Chill.
judge says you're going to prison,
Mhm,
you're going to stay there.
mhm.
And forget about this probation and parole. Forget about early releases, good behavior. Build more jails if you need them. They got prison units that have been shut down. We had one here in Onslow County.
Mhm.
It's shut down. It's
Mhm.
become a failed restaurant
Yes.
a half dozen times.
Yeah.
It's it's they have shut down too many prison units.
I
Here's the
agree.
problem. They cannot get corrections officers. They cannot
There's
get them
that, yeah.
because there are issues there.
Mhm,
And some of the people that they've gotten over the years,
mhm,
they ain't good people,
mhm.
but they had to take them because they needed bodies, warm bodies. It's a shame.
It's this whole thing is shame. Like I don't understand these calls, and you know this this is a problem. I just see a lot of issues. It's dangerous.
It is.
This threatening law enforcement. But this is how people get. You know, you get some overzealous officer, for example, they could bust in and shoot the. I mean, shoot the wrong house. There's just a lot of issues
and
with
just
this.
responding to a
The
call
fact
like
that you
this.
have to, they evacuated the neighbors.
Yes. But just responding to a
Yeah.
call like this,
Yeah.
you know, they're going to be hurry up.
Yes.
That's dangerous by itself.
Because yes,
So
yes, with the driving,
dangerous
yes.
with the drive, just
Mhm.
getting there is
Mhm.
a danger. So responding to your stupid, asinine TikTok games,
Yeah.
which is what I have no doubt that was going
Oh,
on.
but yeah, absolutely.
Responding to that, you guys are idiots. You're danger. You're a
Mm-hmm.
menace to society, and you need to spend some quality time on the inside looking out.
They need to be held accountable. They need
Yep.
to, and North Carolina needs to pass a law. So we need to urge our lawmakers. If we don't make changes, crap like this will never stop. You got to make examples, make laws. So there we go. I know we got to go to break. I'm gonna let the dog in.
You're live at Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Asylum restrictions put in place because of the COVID-19 pandemic expire tonight. President Biden says he asked Congress for more Border Patrol money.
We've had chaos at the border for a number of years. We have to fully fund the border security effort.
And Texas Senate Republican Ted Cruz.
We have a president who's AWOL, who's not doing his job, and we have a national security crisis unfolding on our southern border.
Cruz on Fox. Suspect in Natalie Holloway's disappearance is being extradited from Peru to the U.S. Jordan Vandersloot's in prison for killing a Peruvian woman.
The Alabama teen vanished in 2005 while on a senior trip to Aruba. In 2010, an Alabama grand jury indicted Vandersloot on wire fraud and extortion charges. According to officials, he reached out to Holloway's mother demanding $250,000 for information on where to find Holloway's body.
Fox's Todd Pyro, no body is ever found. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
And we're back live at Local Real Talk. We've been joined by our mascot for a second visit today, Shockwave. Good old boy. Yep, he's a lap dog. I'm going to get one of those like they have with the service dogs. I'm a lap dog.
Yeah, lap dog. Yeah. He's our
Rub in, I'll follow you anywhere.
Yeah.
And he will.
I know he's sweet.
Yeah.
He got mad because we weren't moving fast enough to let him in.
Oh.
He got upset with us, but
Yeah.
it's okay. He's better now.
Okay. You got
yeah.
Onslow County guy going.
Onslow County guy is
he's going
getting
to do real time.
He was in federal.
Yep.
Abdul Sanderlin, he's 29. Was sentenced to 151 months in federal prison for trafficking methamphetamine in
That's like
multiple
12
states.
and a half years.
Yeah. He was involved in distribution of narcotics between New Jersey and Sneads Ferry.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Good riddance.
Yeah, he was he lived in Sneads Ferry, and law enforcement and DEA was heading this little operation up. They served a search warrant back in 2020 and recovered 46 grams of meth, 2,000 bags of heroin, paraphernalia, and more than $17,000 in cash.
Well. So he's lost that $17,000.
And this past January, he pled guilty to conspiracy to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute 50 grams or more of a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of meth, and then a couple other charges. He's previously been convicted in New Jersey of manufacturing, unlawful possession of guns, maintaining dwelling, that kind of thing.
So how much good did that do?
And
Apparently
DEA
nothing.
and the sheriff's office investigated this case, and then the U.S. attorneys prosecuted. And
Goodbye, Bubba.
yeah, Mike Easley, the U.S. attorney for Eastern District of North Carolina, made the announcement yesterday after sentencing. Yeah. Wow.
Good
Yeah.
riddance.
Yep.
So he'll be out of pocket for a while.
Yeah, because that's federal charges.
Yes, it is.
It's not like, state where you can get, you'll do the majority of your time in a federal prison.
Yep.
Yep. Now let's just move to Trump, because I know people have been probably waiting for us to talk. I am so aggravated about this. Very annoyed. And I just don't understand. I wish this guy would not. I'm very annoyed at this town hall he held yesterday. I did not watch it, of course. I worked very late last night. And he talked, he answered, it was like almost like a Q&A thing. CNN had it, and he's had a very contentious relationship with CNN, but people were questioning why they let him on there. But I think they just wanted, I don't know why, but personal opinion, I think they want to hear what he had to say, because they knew it was going to be nonsense, and it was. He didn't disappoint.
So CNN had a reporter there as the moderator for
Yes.
this event.
Yeah. And so they said that one of the Republican, it just was mainly for Republican and unaffiliated voters. And one of the questions was by Republican voters said, would you pardon the January 6 rioters who were convicted of federal offenses? Trump's response was, I'm inclined to pardon many of them. I can't say for every single one, because some of them they probably got out of control. Well, I think they all were. They were acting a fool. And that's just my opinion, which I'm entitled to like everybody else. So none of them should be pardoned. They shouldn't. And there were people here from Onslow County that went up there and participated in that nonsense.
Yep.
So then he talks about the debt, and he wasn't sure about he was asked about abortion, but he did not significantly answer. And they tried to get him to make a significant answer, and he wouldn't do it. He declined to state he would sign a national ban on abortion. He wouldn't say it.
Yep.
So, okay. And then it got talk into that his comments he made in the past about women. And this is a problem I really have a problem with.
This is ridiculous.
This is beyond ridiculous. He was asked about his questions, with this. He was talked about this lady, that had the, she had the lawsuit or whatever against him. And he talked about his comments in the past about grabbing women. And he basically made the statement that movie stars and rich people have always been allowed to do it. And that's just basically the way it's been. He says it's always been that way. And I have a huge problem with this. It's that, and he said, I never said grab, I said women let, which is not true. I mean, and the sad thing about it is I totally believe he believes this stuff.
He believes it.
And I know there's a lot of Trumpers here in Onslow County that he's offensive. And I definitely do not want to see him nominated. And I'll say that again. And before y'all call me a rhino, and I know who will, I've been a Republican my entire life. Was first registered to vote at 18 years old. Never been anything but. I'm conservative. I have very conservative values, but I'm also a realist, and I'm an independent thinker, and and I'm a humanist. I believe in equal treatment for all human beings, and I don't think women because they're women and because someone is rich that gives them the right to grope, grab, or fondle a woman, a man, a child. I don't believe that at all. I think
Nope.
Trump is disgusting, and I think he is vile.
He is all of the above.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, he was the lesser of two evils.
exactly. And before somebody asks me if he gets the nomination, who I will vote for, if it's between him and Biden, I will go on record and say not for president. I'll vote in the other elections.
Write somebody in.
Oh, I could
Just
do that.
because you
I'm
want
gonna write
to.
my dude Tim Scott because that's who I want to
That's
get it.
what you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. What's up?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing today?
Oh, we're,
good.
we're full of it as usual.
Yeah.
How's the weather over there?
It's beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Drop dead gorgeous right now. Cool.
Another beautiful day in paradise.
Absolutely. No wind right now.
I was listening to your commentary there, and I watched it last night, and
Was
the
it
thing
full of
that stuck out,
nonsense?
it was the normal banner.
Okay.
I mean, it was the same stick, same complaints, the same victim, I'm the victim type thing. But the thing that stuck out to me and really irritated me was when he made the comment that said that he could end the war in Ukraine if we just let him be president again. He could end it in 24 hours.
Put up or shut up.
Really,
What was he? What and,
that
and
really
how?
irritates me. But the first thing is he really such bad character that he would let tens of thousands of people perish if we just don't let him be president? That he could stop something, and I know he shouldn't stop it. It's just like Mexico paying for the wall. It's ridiculousness. But the brink of World War III, and you couldn't have a more serious situation, I don't think, in the world than what's going on over there right now.
We got no dog in that fight.
Well, that's debatable. That's debatable.
As far as sending troops over there, we got no dog in that fight.
I don't think. Sending troops is totally different. But just my point is to say that he could solve it all in 24 hours if we would just let him be president again. That's the part that irritates me.
Did he say how?
We're there, and
Did he how he could solve it in 24 hours?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Of course not.
Then that's just political Bravo Sierra.
I know it is, but like I say, when it on something that's that serious, that stuff just that part irritated me. But anyway, that's the part that stuck out to me. Other than that, I was something that I've been pondering on for the last couple of days that I wanted to share with you is that it seems like all of these issues that we talk about that we need to work on. Border security, the fentanyl crisis, prisons, all these things, no matter how you want to approach these problems, it's going to take resources. It's going to take additional funding. So it all has to come back down to Congress funding these initiatives. And right now, Congress is on a path of wanting to cut spending to everything.
Yes.
So you got to ask, is that going to help these problems, or is it going to hurt? And the logical conclusion is that it's going to hurt. It's going to make things worse. And if we want to solve these problems, we got to lay down the partisan flags and realize that the path is probably going to come from a coalition of both sides and ideas from both sides. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
For some of these issues, I'm feeling as much like as far as the funding is concerned. Yeah, we cannot cut funding for certain projects at all. Some of them are built in education, yada 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 yada. But sometimes maybe that we're putting in certain places, and I don't have an answer because I haven't looked at the budget. But a lot of the foreign and assistance that we're providing to places like Morocco, why are we sending them money? Why do we need to send them money? Why do we need to send them money? Why
That's a question to ask.
That's
And-
right. Cut that out and put that towards, funding border security. We need more money there,
Agreed,
but we
agreed.
got money.
In a budget negotiation, you go through line by line and you look what's being spent on each individual thing, and you look where you can trim the fat. And then at the end of that, you have a conclusion of what your total cuts would be. But what they're doing is they're saying they want a percentage cut. They don't care if it's trimming the fat or if it's just cutting programs.
Yeah, well.
So, I mean, that's and like I say, instead of increasing spending on border security, which is what's needed, they knew this Title 42 was ending, and that, we need additional funds and we need additional resources there to handle what's getting ready to happen. With this, all these people that are getting ready to flood here.
Yep.
And everybody knew this is coming, but there's not really a whole lot being done to prepare for it,
Nothing.
And that comes out of Congress. That's all Congress. The president can ask for it or not ask for it, but Congress don't have to wait for the president to ask for anything. They can act and pass legislation, and then it gets to his desk. That's when he becomes part of it.
Absolutely.
And they're not producing anything to address this. I don't think that Kevin McCarthy is really acting in good faith. I don't think he wants to solve that border problem before the 2024 election.
No, that's a good campaign thing to do in 2024. It's perfect for the campaign.
I feel like they're not really looking out for America's interest. They're looking out for party interest in that situation. And that's my opinion. I could be wrong, but they don't seem to be trying to tackle what we all see is happening.
Totally agree.
And, anyway, that's my soapbox moment.
All right.
Other than that, how's your garden doing?
It's going wonderful. It's wonderful. That fish emulsion is the best thing I ever invested in.
Oh yeah, that stuff's really good, man.
Yeah,
The Indians actually used to when they planted their corn, they would take a fish and bury it underneath the corn.
They did. Generally speaking, it was a menhaden.
Yeah. But that was that's the way they used to fertilize their crops.
Okay. Steve, thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Right.
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
This is Rick Dees. I can't wait to meet you here this weekend. A weekly Top 40 countdown is ready to go. Do we have some D's sleeves for everybody? Oh, yeah. We're going to go out on a limb with the weekly Top 40 Sure Shot. You can win huge prizes.
I'm amazed.
The weekly Top 40 countdown here this weekend. We'll see you.
It's the weekly Top 40 Countdown, 80s edition, Sunday 6 to 9, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only carpet protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand, forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid texture vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
Serving our area for over 40 years now, Flatwoods Outfitters is Onslow County's oldest firearm dealer and takes this time to wish each and every mother a very happy and safe Mother's Day. Whether you want to purchase a rifle or shotgun for hunting or competition or a handgun for personal security, Flatwoods Outfitters is our area's most complete firearm facility. Flatwoods Outfitters features a great selection of name brand long guns, shotguns, and handguns to choose from, and offers Onslow County's only outdoor range to practice and safely learn how to operate your firearm, which Flatwoods Outfitters highly recommends. The range is open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 12 to 4 p.m. on Sundays to practice and sight in your scope. Flatwoods Outfitters, Onslow County's oldest farm facility, 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24, between Jacksonville and Swansboro and Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Phone 910-353-7593. Once again, happy Mother's Day from Flatwoods Outfitters.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. And Tideline Marine is a place that you need to go visit.
Mm-hmm.
In 6 minutes and 20 seconds, they will open the doors.
It's true.
Yep. So I can actually do the math.
Yeah.
I had Ms. Hardison as a teacher in high school, so I can do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in just a few minutes at 8:30, the doors will open in Tideline Marine. Stop by, check out the new store, the arrangements, the way it's looking. Check out some of the new products, especially in the fishing lure area. Oh man, they've got some really cool stuff there. And I've got a lure that a rig that a gentleman, one of our customers, made up, and he's been catching fish on it every time he goes out. Even in the river, he catches Spanish mackerel.
Have you tried it yet?
Oh, I haven't had a chance. I just got it
I was wondering.
Monday.
I wondered about that
I got
yesterday.
it Monday.
Okay.
So if it works,
Mhm.
I will show you how to make it, because Tideline's got all the stuff there, all the makings
Mhm.
for it, and we'll make sure that you have the opportunity to do it too.
Cool.
So as soon as the boat's ready, I'll be trying it out, and we will see how well it works. I'm looking at it, and I can visualize how that thing's going to work in the water. And I will tell you what, he's on to something. So this will be a good opportunity. Those are the kinds of details and tips and stuff you can get down at Tideline from individuals who work there, because the professional guides come in and they share what they do with us. Wow, that's cool. And then, of course, they want us to buy the lures and stuff that they need when we're buying wholesale, so they can get them right here in Jacksonville. They can drive up by boat to pick them up. Nobody else can do that in Jacksonville. You not another store. You can dive your boat up if you run out of lures or you need some lures at the last minute or whatever. You want to try something new. You can pull right up to the dock there at Tideline Marine. Get some gas if you needed, some oil if you needed, or you come on in the store, pick up whatever you want. That's the way it works there. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Offshore today, winds out of the east, 5 to 10 knots, seas only 2 to 3, dominant period, 6-second sounds and rivers of light chop. Friday, same thing, except the winds will be out of the south at 5 to 10, seas 2 to 3. And on Saturday, the winds will switch around to the southwest a bit, kick up just a little bit, 10 to 15, seas 2 to 3 feet.
Today, sunny, high of 79. Tonight, clear, low of 58. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 81. Tomorrow night, cloudy, low of 58. And on Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 84. But the gusts are going to kind of pick back up on Saturday. But that's okay because it's going to be sunny. It's going to be warm.
Yeah.
So we can handle that.
A decision to authorize all Border Patrol sectors to begin, quote, unquote, safe mass releases of migrants to city streets if non-governmental organizations are over capacity will take place in line with a 2022 memo that was uncovered during the legal proceedings initiated by Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody last year. He's found a plan that will authorize all Border Patrol sectors to begin safe mass releases of illegals to city streets.
Okay.
Expect to see these illegals dumped at bus stops, train stations, elsewhere in a city near you. That's what is upcoming.
Okay. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised at
Not
all
at all.
either. It's it's going to be a ridiculous set of circumstances. I have no doubt about it.
Yep.
Deja Taylor.
Mhm.
She's the mother of a 6-year-old Virginia boy who is accused of shooting his first grade teacher inside the classroom earlier this year. Remember that?
Yeah.
She said, well, he didn't know what he was doing, and I take full responsibility. It doesn't matter whether you take it or not, lady. It's yours.
Right.
That responsibility is on you. She faces criminal charges in the January 6th shooting at the Rich Neck Elementary School in Newport News. She was on Good Morning America, said that her child cannot be held responsible for the January shooting because he has severe ADHD diagnosis. How did he get a gun, you idiot? How was a gun left available for a six-year-old to be able to get in your house? A loaded pistol. Even if she's a single parent in charge, why was that gun available to her kid?
Correct.
Yes, she needs to go to jail.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, her kid will likely grow up in a foster home at best,
Mhm.
and there are worst case scenarios possible as well. The teacher, you ready for this, spent a couple weeks in the hospital, and at age 25, she has seen the opportunity to get rich with a suit that will be settled out of court, no doubt, demanding $40 million for her pain and suffering. 30% of that will go to her legal team.
Yeah.
This whole story is stupid.
Well, she apparently she had complained on more than one occasion about this particular child, and the school system did not do anything to assist, and other teachers have backed that up. So, I understand why she did what she did. And no, I don't think the 6-year-old has the mental capacity to understand.
Nope.
But I blame the adults.
Yep.
Don't blame the kid.
All of the above.
And I agree. How was he able to access this weapon?
Right.
What if he'd have shot another kid? And see, the problem is a lot of these kids mimic what they see on video games.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's a lot of questions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to switch over to another topic.
Okay.
Downtown.
Yep.
Been there, got that T-shirt many
Yep.
years ago.
Yep.
From in a different capacity than our guest is going to have gotten it.
Mhm.
Come on down, Frank. You're up.
Right here.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'll try not to spill my tea on your table.
That would be
this
nice.
time and put it right over there.
Yeah.
I guess I need to.
Especially the computer.
Yeah. Good morning, Kelly and Rayford and
Frank Rochelle.
Yep.
We were in high school together.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Okay.
And then he was in the Army
Mm-hmm.
in Vietnam, as they used to call it, Vietnam. Did you do one tour or two tours?
I did one tour. You're talking about the conflict?
Yeah, that little
Southeast,
conflict.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there for a brief time. And
13 months or something.
that's where my high school vacation, actually.
Get out of high school and go to Vietnam, see the world.
Yes, and it was nice. I wish I'd have been there under different circumstances.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all history now, and everything's good. All's good. I'm here. Anyway.
You're also a musician.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of the guys don't call me that, but anyway, I know about 5 or 6 chords and sing 10 or 12 songs. So luckily I've had the pleasure and privilege of playing with some really great musicians, local musicians. Many of them have gone on to do bigger and better things. And these guys we're bringing back to Jacksonville, some of them. And,
coming up in a month, less than a month.
Oh man, yeah, time
3
flies.
weeks. It's
3 weeks.
3 weeks from this Saturday.
June the 3rd, and we're going to have some great entertainment, great food, and we got 2 groups. One group we put together just for the occasion.
You're calling it the
Pardon?
Encore. You're calling
Yes.
it the Encore group.
The
right?
Encore group, and Terry Downing named that. Basically, it's just bringing it back home, and doing it all over again. And
a lot of folks from that era, 60s and 70s, and the 80s to a certain extent, a lot of folks locals shy away from downtown because of the shoot it out old west days or whatever. That's what they thought it was.
Yeah.
But it really, I worked down there at the time in a law enforcement capacity, and yeah, there were lots of things that were going on, but they weren't all bad in downtown. We had more trouble, other than a few fights here and there. We had more trouble in other areas around town, the actual murders and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember if I even processed one downtown. I don't think so.
Well, there was a few fights.
Well, there were lots of
And,
fights.
Lots of fights.
When the bars closed, the Marines, they were on their way to being less than sober at that time, and they get out and they'd have a few exchanges.
There was a lot of civilians that went down there, and the pool halls were great. A lot of civilians played pool down there, and they went down. And a good friend of mine, Sonny Tebow, was very, very big in downtown Jacksonville, and along with a lot of other guys, the Caps family, and all of them. You know more about all that, but Sonny and me were very good friends back in the day. He had 5, 6 clubs, I'd call them, and they were nice.
Yeah.
And they were, it's a good place for the young people to go.
I think we got a gentleman on the phone that the first time he was in Jacksonville, he was only 15 years old.
Well, he's about 85 now. ain't he?
Yeah, I think so. Good morning. Hey, Ron, how are you?
Hey, pretty good, Raven.
Yeah, good.
Frank said, yeah, please call in. After all, you're old and you know stuff.
Is that the way he put it?
And I told Ron, I said, I'm going to come along to help Ron's memory because, when you get old, you can't remember things like you used to. But no,
let me tell you something, Frank. You're already old because I am. So
we're right there. Right?
Yeah.
You're right.
You were only 15 years old when you were performing downtown, right?
Well, yeah. Actually, my mother worked at Jacksonville Dry Cleaners.
Oh, yeah.
Which was on Court Street, right down at near Railroad Street.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't know if he was really a great uncle or if my mother just said that, but anyway, she worked for him, and that was a place for me to go after school. And I wound up with a band. We played directly across the street from the dry cleaners. The place was called the Green Door. Have you ever even heard of it?
I've heard of it. I do not remember it being there at the time that I started working downtown, which would have been in the 70s.
Yeah. Well, this was in the 60s. This would have been, I'm guessing somewhere. Well, if I was that age, it would have been about 61.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, that was my introduction to that, to Court Street. And I do, of course, like I said, I was just a kid then. And then, of course, came back later and played at a few of the places down there.
Cool.
My big claim to fame for Court Street was I had a band that played for the first topless stripper ever in Jacksonville, Tammy from Miami.
Tammy from Miami.
That sounds
Tammy
huge.
From Miami. Tammy from Miami performed for 5 nights at Dixieland.
Wow.
And yeah, she got arrested the first night, but her lawyer had her on stage the next night.
Yeah. Back in those days, I will tell you, even in the 70s, there was the topless for a little while. Somebody would get arrested, and then city ordinances would prohibit it. But then the legal system said, no, you're not prohibited. So then they would go back to being topless, and then another ordinance would come out. And I mean, it was hilarious just to follow what was going on at that time in the 70s.
Yeah.
So we had our share of that on the police department.
and I hear, like, from most of the guys that played down there, they talk about like the head shops and things like that.
Uh-huh.
When I was playing there weren't any. It was just the bars.
Yep.
Yep. And have you ever been to Bourbon Street, New Orleans?
I have, yes.
It was a lot like that.
It
to
was.
Me, there was no use driving a car because the streets were full.
You couldn't get there. That's right.
People crossing the streets back and forth between the places, and just, of course, the bus station was down there, and you just had, all that foot traffic everywhere.
Well, the bus station at nighttime was running buses every hour back and forth to Camp Lejeune to pick up Marines and bring them here, take Marines from here and take them back. Those that the paddy wagons didn't take back, but it was that they did very well with that. Just local bus service. They use Seashore buses to do it too.
Ron, in your bio, and let me just say this: Ron Bass is playing in the Encore band.
Yay!
And maybe he wants to elaborate on the guy that he has played with, Terry Downing, Terry Goose Downing. In his previous bands, they played, and Terry was from here and played a lot with Ron Bass. And if Ron wants to talk about that, some of the other guys, the groups that you backed up.
I got one I want to ask you about, though. One in particular, well, two in particular. One, of course, you were back up for the Real Drifters at one time, but also Little Eva, North Carolina born and bred girl, with all sorts of cool songs. And I'm sure everybody has heard it. Everybody listening to this radio station has heard it. Do the Locomotion. Will you still love me tomorrow?
Yeah, now of course, that was in Greenville.
Yeah.
The thing about Jacksonville is what I don't know. I'm trying to think of the word. It was similar to New Orleans in this fact.
Mm-hmm.
Music was so big because there were so many places to play. Court Street was, of course, part of that, but you also had the Second Front.
Yes.
You had the bases with all of their area E clubs. You had Cherry Point with E clubs or with all kinds of clubs, staff, NCO, and everything. And there were so many places to play around Jacksonville that if you had 4 guys that could even, pretend to be a band, just about, you could play 3 nights a week or more if you wanted.
Yeah, the garage bands.
Always opportunities for musicians, and therefore some really developed, and just it was like you couldn't help but get good, because you played so much.
Yeah.
and it was just I don't know, it was just like a paradise for a musician, especially young musicians back then, to be able to hone their craft and and go places with it. So it's a very unique area, and like I said, Court Street was a part of that. It wasn't the whole thing, of course, but it was because, like I said, the base had a lot to do with it. Camp Lejeune being right here, and of course, even the air station had clubs, and so just so many people got so good, just incredible.
Now, Ron,
I don't know if you know this,
go ahead.
but we have one musician who left here after playing with everybody. A lot of the guys did play with him. I didn't, but in particular, I knew him, but didn't play in a band with him. And he's worked with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wow.
Paula Abdul. I've toured with Madonna, and was the first white guy to ever be on stage with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Really?
And he learned all of his craft right here.
Who is that?
In Alta. Pardon?
Who is that?
His name is Mike McKnight.
Okay. Great night. A great name.
I like it.
Yeah, you can look him up. He's very well for himself, and he went out to L.A., but he'd come back to Jacksonville quite frequently to visit his parents, and the musicians would all get his story, what he'd been through now and then, and all that.
Yeah, we got
he's still very active in it.
like Rick Lambert. He's going on to do good, and of course Terry Downing and Tommy Red. And to mention a few, and our fiddle player from Wilmington. You go, Charlie Daniels got started on Court
He
Street.
wasn't from Wilmington. He was from Leland.
Okay, you're correct. And
He tried to claim he was from Wilmington.
But again, we're gonna have some great music, Ron, and I'm so glad that we could get all you guys together, and everybody that's coming to play have known each other and have played in groups at different times with people. We got a good friend of mine, Gary Kellum, his son, actually, Zach Kellum, is coming to do some stuff in between sets. And Ron, you want to name the guys in the encore group? I have a memory
You're
lapse.
asking me to remember everybody.
All right.
Of course, and here's the thing, right? Not all these guys that are in this encore group right now have played in bands with each other.
Yeah, I know.
We have all known each other for a long time, and any two you pick out may have played with each other, but you know what I'm saying? In other words, it's just a group that everybody knew each other, and yeah, we played together. I played with in a band with Terry Downing. We were a house band at the Tiki when it moved into its last location, where Swanix is now closing, I think.
Yeah, they're selling everything.
I didn't know that.
So
But,
every weekend.
The encore band, we got Ron, Marty Kyle, my old sax player from the Side Street Band.
I
Cliff
I never
Swanhart.
played with Marty ever until about 5 years ago. He and I started a duo, and so that's what I'm saying. Everybody is just. I have never played with Mike McCarroll. Frank has.
Yeah.
And Terry has.
And name your duo, Ron.
Yeah, well, yeah. Marty and I have the Flip Side duo.
Great, fantastic.
We're still very active. And let's see, Ken Bass. Oh my goodness, I've known him. Of course, same last name, but no relation.
Swanhart drums. And
he played with my daughter in Atlantic Beach for a while at a dinner club, and of course he now plays also with the T-Bone and the Blues Butchers. He's staying active.
And that group, the whole group, T-Bone, will be there also. It's Alan Houghton on drums, Cliff.
And Cliff.
Oh man,
I remember I've never played in a band with Cliff. I remember recording him when he played with Frank many, many years ago.
Huh.
And now he's got a pretty big outfit playing music.
Conspiracy
it's
band.
Like we're just a group of guys who are all have this in common, and just everybody thinks the world of everybody else. You know, there's no ego stuff or anything like
Ron,
that.
did I tell you that you're not getting paid? I didn't know if I told you that, but since we all like to play,
you're going to get supper, Ron.
Yeah, I want tickets, how to get the ticket.
We'll do that after the break.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, sir, thanks for getting up and calling, and we will.
Okay. All right.
And we will see you in about 3 weeks. I'm looking forward to it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
All right.
Ron. Go back to sleep, man. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, take a nap.
See you, man.
Let's take a quick break. You're live in Local Real Talk. It's going to be an extended break. You're live in Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 14th, in case you forgot. So make the mother in your life feel extra special with a gift from Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. All Mother's Day, jewelry has been reduced with huge discounts, especially for mothers. You are guaranteed to find the perfect Mother's Day gift at Barnes Diamond Gallery. Barnes Diamond Gallery has a lovely selection of earrings, pendants, bracelets, necklaces, watches, and Mother's Day rings to choose from. In addition, Barnes Diamond Gallery has loose diamonds, emeralds, and pearls. With an in-store jeweler, Barnes Diamond Gallery can custom design a special and unique piece just for you. Being family-owned and operated for 40 years, many of our area's mothers and grandmothers grew up with Barnes Diamond Gallery. So why not remember them this Mother's Day, Sunday, May 14th, with a gift from Barnes Diamond Gallery, 421 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, right here in Jacksonville. Remember, Barnes Diamond Gallery pays top prices for gold, sterling silver jewelry, sterling flatware, and diamonds. Happy Mother's Day from Barnes Diamond Gallery.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring, and you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. See how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up from a traditional lap bar to a familiar steering wheel experience for stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Unlock the possibilities of your lawn with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street in Kinston for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service. If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 1, and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 52726-7158.
After a long day, who wants to spend time in the kitchen? Let the Burrow Restaurant simplify your life and do the cooking for you. Family dinners that will please even the pickiest palate. Place your to-go order at the Burrow's Facebook page. Tell us if there's a special pickup time or any other instructions, and we'll take care of the rest. And craft cocktails to go. Apply. Ask for details. Simplify your life with help from the Burrow Restaurant, 109 Front Street in historic downtown Swansboro.
On the next Goddard's Gold Rock and Roll Family of the Birds, the Holly
Buffalo Springfield, and Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Songs like Mr. Tambourine Man, Bus Stop, For What It's Worth, Marrakesh Express, Turn, 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 Stop, 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 Rock and Roll Woman, The Rock and Roll Family, next, Goddard's Gold. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
Does your big dog sound like this? Does it look about the same? Then take your big dog to Bill's Cycle Salvage.
Captain America, I'm Billy.
Now, we never said Bill was a sane man. But he sure has some cool stuff like leather chaps, vests, and jackets.
Oh, I've got a helmet.
Accessories for you and your bike, saddlebags, seat jewelry, keychains.
These ain't no pork chops. These are U.S. prime.
Bill can even order customized items.
I think I'll order kidneys because I left mine out there on the road somewhere.
Magazines, videos, t-shirts, ball caps. Come on into Bill's Cycle Salvage, 921 Marine Boulevard. Everyone is welcome.
Troublemakers.
Bill's got plenty of accessories to make your big dog look like a big dog. Sure, you can buy the parts at Bill's for Harley and try to fix it yourself, but
You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Bill's Cycle Salvage, 921 Marine Boulevard for the Harley enthusiasts.
That's what it's all about.
Good morning, you bad, beautiful bosses. This is Carrie Cobb, your boss mortgage broker from Empire Financial, NMLS 1987537.
And good morning, beautiful people. This is Donna Riggs, your local realtor, here with LPT Realty in Onslow County and the surrounding areas of North Carolina. Your boss tip for today is to stop renting and start owning, because now is the right time to buy a home. Contact our team and let us help you approach the home buying process the boss way by building opportunities through simple solutions.
Text or call your lender today at 910-382-2188 or your realtor at 910-340-0224. Empire Financial, NMLS 2108504. Equal opportunity employer and housing lender. Visit empirefi.com for terms and conditions. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Spring is here. That means fishing and vacation season. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool, and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes to transmission repair, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for the getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, Highway 24 in Swansboro. Again, the number for Battlefield Automotive is 910-325-0828.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And we're back. Thanks to Ron Bass there for stopping by for a few minutes to talk about some of the good old days and some of the performances he did. One thing he did not mention is that he played sets, switching sets back and forth. That's what bands do on stage at
Correct.
Atlantic Beach several times with a guy named Kenny Rogers. He had a group called the First Edition. Kenny Rogers in the First Edition before he went country. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has heard. Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Yep.
Remember it well.
Ruby, don't take your love to town and someone who cares.
You,
Tell it all,
still
brother.
Have that album at Mama's house. I gotta find it.
I bet you do. It could very well be. Anyway, Frank,
Yes.
we got this thing coming up. It's going to be a great event. Great music. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. And for $30 for the price of admission, you also get a meal.
Yes, and we're going to have raffles all during the day. And I just like to thank. We've had donations given, donors, and real quickly, I want to name these because they deserve it. These guys, David Humphrey from Humphrey Moving and Alton, Rochelle Air, Lazy Daisy Bookstore, Coffee Haven, Christy Cotter, Teddy Azam, National Dodge, Modern Exterminating, Moore Buick, Sanders Ford, Simpsons Brothers, and John Starzinski.
Okay. My electrician.
Yes, great guy. And don't mess with John.
Nope.
He'll hurt you. We have tickets. Look, we're selling these, pre-selling them. And there's 4 drop-off points or pickup points. And these tickets are $30 a piece. And that gets you a meal, gets you food, and gets you entertainment all afternoon from 12 until 6. The date is June the 3rd at Marina Cafe. And again, I'd like to thank Bob Beck.
Oh,
This is
absolutely.
the third year that he's allowed us to do this, not charging us a dime. And I think he might have his boat up and for the cruises up and running. I'm not sure.
No, hasn't. No,
Okay.
yet.
All right, not confirmed. I'm going to name the guys in the 2 groups real fast because all these guys are local. They put together a band called Encore. Marty Kyle, Ken Bass, Cliff Swanhart, Ron Bass, Mike McCarroll, and Terry Goose Downing. 2 of these guys are coming from out of state. Terry Downing, I believe, is coming from Nashville. Mike McCarroll is coming from Alabama. Tony Martin with the T-Bone and the Blues Butchers Band. Alan Houghton playing drums. Ken Bass. Timmy Biggs playing bass guitar. Fantastic. Timmy does a solo act. He is great. And of course, Tony T-Bone Martin, keyboards, vocals, all these guys, except for Ken Bass. Now, Ken don't have to sing. All the rest of them sing. Ken is a fantastic lead guitarist, known him for 40, well, let's don't go back 40 years. I've known him a long time. But these guys, the entertainment is going to be primarily blues, classic rock, beach music, a little country, and it's going to be great. It's really going to be good.
You're going to be playing too?
I'm going to be busy. If they allow me to get on stage, I might do a couple of country songs. I like to do a couple of Waylon Jennings songs.
Okay, there you go.
But no, this is all about these guys playing. And
Chris will probably be singing too, won't she?
Yeah, she's going to sing the national anthem. We're going to have an opening ceremony, and Rayford can tell you a little bit about.
Yeah, we're going to have some special people there. The mayor's going to be there. Senator Lazara will be there, and these people are not going to be speaking long. 2-3 minutes just to say about what went on. I haven't reached out to Harry yet, but there'll be some other local people, police officers who work, 1 or 2 or 3 who work downtown will be there. So it's going to be a really nice turnout. From the old days, from the 70s. And actually, Kelly and her husband will be there. Her husband worked, but he worked for NCIS in the 90s.
Yeah, and Charles Miracle, he's
Charlie,
still around.
is he coming?
I'm pretty sure he is. We're related through marriage. Let me quickly pick up points for tickets, and the tickets are going fast. We've got, I just looked, we've got 83 confirmed on our event page and 172 that are interested in coming. Go to our downtown Court Street reunion. There's an event page there, or go to Court Street downtown Jacksonville. Get on that. I've got almost 5,000 followers on that page. Go to Court Street downtown Jacksonville. Click on the event page. It'll give you all the details, all the particulars. And these tickets are going pretty fast, and we're limited to, as far as people.
When you can't put any more, have tickets for them. So if there are any left over, They will be available at the door.
I wouldn't bet that'll happen.
That will be $500 a piece.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. You strongly suggest you get them in advance because if they're gone, they're gone. Sorry.
And
The
they
place
can
cannot hold anymore.
They can get some tickets through you here too. Can't
Yes,
they?
absolutely.
And Marina Cafe is a pickup point if you want tickets. Bob's got tickets there. Coffee Haven in Sneed's Ferry, that drive-through, and I like to plug that. My daughter owns that. Simpson Brothers Highway, Richlands Highway, the Piers downtown.
151 Cheney Avenue.
151 Cheney Avenue. And again, the tickets are $30
That's
all
it.
afternoon, 12 to 6 music.
And all the proceeds after
Yes.
expenses, and I think there's enough or donations already to cover expenses. So
Pretty
everything else is going to be profit and goes to the Piers Group.
Yep.
Yeah, and real quickly, the last time we did this was in 2018, almost 5 years to the day.
Mhm.
And we were able to, that time we didn't really concentrate on raising money. We did raise money for Piers. We gave them almost $3,000. Our goal this year is
At
to reach
least
5,
five.
and I think we can reach that with no problem.
I
All
agree.
right. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Kelly,
so
we'll
much.
be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is
We'll be
also, I'm going to, you guys want to call in tomorrow. You're welcome to do so, but do it before 8:30. We've got a couple of guests. We'll at least one at 8 o'clock we're going to be dealing with.
Mhm.
But after that, I'm going to shut the phones down. It's going to be Kelly's turn. Kelly's dumb crook news.
And I showed you that
I
picture of that
know.
one thing.
I
It's-
know.
It is. It's almost. If I didn't know it was true, I would be like, "There's no way this really happened."
There you go.
Yeah.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll see you in 22 hours.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. With surge of people